In this video, I want to talk about a planar based IEM from acoustics. I have already worked with acoustics last year. I reviewed their R220 and R120, I believe, and they were BA based IEMs. While this one, the S6 planar magnetic India monitor, you guys can see acoustics pronounced acoustics, or yeah, doesn't matter. This is a planar based IEM. You guys can see it has a new neodymium N50 magnet uh, on the either side of this planar magnetic driver. So it's basically a planar magnetic IEM. Impedance is 18 ohm. Frequency is, you guys can see, very good specs. There are no issues with that. And this is the second gen MMCX cable they are saying, but I'll have to say I do not like the looks of this cable, the aesthetic of this cable, and this cable isn't exactly supple either. There R series, the R220 and R120 had a better looking MMCX cable that was supple, that was more aesthetically pleasing, and you guys can see this isn't a very uh, supple or good kind of cable. There is a bit of microphonics too. So even though this isn't exactly great as a cable, this IEM in its own, this planar based IEM in its own is fantastic. You guys can see the size of this earpiece is very small. I'll bring in this for comparison soon, the S12 Pro. Now this one doesn't have any modularity to itself. There is no plug or anything with it. It's just 3.5 mm, and this cable isn't exactly great looking, but as I said, the sound quality of this IEM is very good. You guys can see the body is very small, much smaller than the tips. This is a M size tip, so this is maximum 12 mm, and the body is around 7.5 mm. You guys can see this is a very small IEM, will fit any ear, no problem with the fitting at all. So this is a very small and very fittable IEM, very comfortable inside the ear kind of IEM. You can wear it cable up and cable down without any issues. But let's start with the sound quality. Now this is where I would like to bring in the Shure S12. You will have a better context when I compare these two IEMs with each other. The acoustics is a more balanced kind of IEM with a bit of emphasis on the sub bass region. Okay, there isn't a lot of bass body, but the sub bass is very deep and has good amount of rumble. There is no mid bass. Yes, this is the sub bass. It slightly comes down. uh, Here is the mid bass, but it's dropping at the mid bass region. So the gradual decrease in energy from the sub bass to mid bass region is not giving it the heftiness. There isn't a lot of weight to the notes, which the S12 Pro has. It has decent sub bass, but the mid bass and upper bass are more voluminous, more punchy, more full bodied. It has the weight, it has the precipitation that most of the bass lovers like. But the acoustic is a balanced uh, tuned IEM. It isn't exactly trying to be musical or V-shaped. It is more balanced and is tuned for studio kind of use. Very well balanced. There is no V shape or anything like that. Notes are tighter. They are tuned for accuracy and precision. While it still maintains very good amount of texture. This one is more voluminous with the low end, but it doesn't have a lot of texture which the acoustics has. Acoustics has plenty of texture. The texture is very good. And moving on to the mid range, I'll have to say acoustics is simply a step above the S12 Pro. I was listening it very recently, and the Shure is with Pentacon, while this one is with 3.5 mm. But still, when it comes to the clarity and precision, I'll have to say the the acoustics is better. It simply has more texture, a more balanced signature. Both have very similar kind of tonality and timbre. There are no issues with tonality or timbre with both these IEMs. They are very good at it. There are no issues at all. Notes while on this are a bit less forward, especially the vocal notes of the shore are slightly in the V. Both instruments at both the ends are more pronounced, while this one does the opposite. Notes around the vocal are slightly less forward, and vocals do get a bit of pop, but it still is well balanced. There is no emphasis, that much of emphasis to it. It is well balanced with the instruments around it, and it sounds very good. The balance is fantastic. Now, moving on to the treble range, that there is where the differences are slightly at, because both these IEMs are excellent when it comes to treble extension. These two planar IEMs are basically two of the best extending IEMs in this price range of under $200. Excellent extension. There are no issues. I was in awe of this acoustics S6. How good this tiny driver extends. The extension is fantastic. S12 Pro with this bigger driver is well extended too. But where the S12 is slightly struggling is with the consistency, where it is slightly peaky. There's some harshness to it. This one is much better with that control. The sparkle is more even, notes are more even, the emphasis are more even, and it doesn't feel like it is trying a bit too hard to deliver you the details. Both are very good with air. There are no issues with air and stuff. The layering and separation is very good. I find this one to be a bit more technically capable because of its balanced and a level-headed kind of feeling. This one is very good with the technicalities, but it kind of slightly uh, tries a bit harder than the acoustics. So yes, even though S12 Pro is very good, this one, being a balance loving reviewer, I'll have to go with the acoustics. It is more balanced, very well balanced to be precise, and the presence of sub bass is a very big plus for me. Now moving on to the stage size, I'll have to say maybe it might be the 4.4 mm, but this one has taller notes, taller stage, treble, let it be treble or um, upper mid kind of notes. It is taller on the S12 Pro, while this one is more rounded. Yes, obviously you can try changing the cables, but this is a review, not about an appreciation post or anything like that. I do not do that exactly. This is what you get. It is more rounded, more wide, and the z axis is where this tiny IEM outdoes this bigger driver IEM. This is good, no doubt about that, but the acoustics has better z-axis presence, which is very rare with IEMs. But at the further stage, I'll have to say this one doesn't have the z-axis presence, while the acoustics has the z-axis presence, and the x-axis is wide enough too. It doesn't have the y-axis. Height isn't exactly great with the acoustics, but uh, it does very well, while the S12 Pro is good with height, decent with the x-axis, width, and the depth is not exactly great with it. But both these two are very good IEMs. You get a lot of stuff with the shore, uh, switchable plugs, a better looking cable. But if you are in the market looking for a very good, well balanced planar based IEM, and you love your sub bass, you want it to be balanced and you want your sub bass, then go for the acoustics S6. This has to be one of my favorite IEM under $200. I'll be comparing it with a couple of Itimotic IEMs. Let's see how they pan out. So this is it, guys. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Enjoy.